Alrighty guys, welcome to my second attempt at streaming something. Tonight we're going to be working on the nottr note-taking app that I built for myself. I know it's not crazy sexy to build your own notes-taking application. However, I found the need that so basically my problem is that every time I take notes, I either use some app like Boost Notes, an open source one. I've tried Google Notes. I've tried the Apple Notes. However, the issue for me is always the fact that I've even done like simple text files, notes, and stuff like this in my Sublime editor. The tricky part is that you always get to forget what you wrote where, and trying to get back to your notes is actually tricky. So what I did is I built myself a basically Twitter for notes. Where all I do is type in a shortcut, Control or Command Alt N for a new note. I type a primary tag such as nottr. Then I continue on with just writing the note itself. So things I want to cover in this stream. And usually this is a short note, like which would include a link and something that I want to store real quick and then forget about. Just press enter, this thing goes away, and I can continue working on what I'm doing. Should I want to actually continue working, I can hit my other, I can hit my other shortcut, Command or Control Alt B for browse, and I see all my notes. They're nicely tagged and grouped by the primary tag, and I can continue on editing things I want to on my on my note. So for tonight, the challenge is that now that I have a home machine and a laptop, I have two files storing my notes. This is a fully offline app as of now. It's using PouchDB, and the challenge for me is the fact that like I take a note on one computer and I want to see it on the other one, and you can't do it. So I want to implement some sort of syncing with a backend. And as I'm using PouchDB tonight, I'll be researching on how to actually host and do syncing because it supports it out of the box. The only tricky thing is that since this is a public project, still for free, I want to make sure I can, like secure your notes and probably do some encryptions and all that kind of stuff. So number one, in terms of priority or objective for tonight is figure out the syncing plus hosting of nottr notes. Secondly is make sure we are we protect user notes with some sort of authentication. Cool. So let's see how far we can get tonight. Full disclosure, I haven't done much research about the way to do it, so most likely I'll just be Googling most of the night tonight so that I can get an impression, but I did see a few links on how these things look. So let's go ahead and quit this production version of nottr and move ahead to the project source code and open it up. So for this I'll need two terminals. I'll cd into my nottr. Nottr. Yep, there we go. List. All right, so this is running on Electron with React. So for that, we need to do npx React script start. So we're gonna start the React related watchers and all that stuff. We don't need a browser for this. And obviously the next one we need is to open the actual Electron. Instance npx Electron. I think it's just run. Oh no, just the directory. Okay. So here we are. Here we have nottr. Not sure why this is expanded. Should be expanding only upon note tag being added, but okay, never mind. All right. So also let's go ahead and, this is not cool because it's running now in the, yeah, that's tricky. That's a bug. So basically this quit thing. Oh yeah, I didn't quit. Wait, but if I did not quit, how come my process here has quit? Boom. Okay, let's quit. Running it again. Was I running it somehow differently before? Because normally you should see logs and everything. Let's see Electron. Let's see my history. Building. No, that's pretty much the way I was doing it. Yet somehow, probably we have a, oh yeah, because it's not quitting. Huh. psaux grep nottr. So we found a bug. No sandbox, GPU process enabled sharing buffer, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so apparently we have a quit problem with the quitting the app on Linux. So I'm just gonna kill sudo kill minus, we'll kill the process. Okay, so kill 6695. Yep. No, this looks better. npm npx electron. There we go. So yeah, we definitely have a bug with the quit on Linux. Doesn't happen on Mac. Yeah, this one is, by the way, it's available on all platforms. We have Windows 10 support, Linux, and Mac OS. Linux is mainly Debian. I didn't try to put it on anything else. I'm thinking of open sourcing this thing, at least the client side for it. So if you guys need it, want it, just ping me a message and we can figure something out. Either I can help build it for you, or maybe I can share a snapshot of the code. Cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and try to figure out where we stand with the code. And sorry. Here we go. Yeah, so as I said, I'm using PouchDB, and what I want to do is PouchDB Authentication. This is a library I saw, Authentication. Yeah, PouchDB Authentication. So this is something that should provide some sort of security, but I'm not sure exactly how to use it. And I was wondering if there's some documentation, or like there's the setup, the API, and authentication recipe for CouchDB. I'm using the, I'm obviously using the, what do you call it? The local one. So I'm using PouchDB and it's local. I can maybe do a short preview of the code. So let me see. Open documents, projects, nottr. And let's open up Sublime. There we go. That's a different project. And let's drag this beauty in. Okay. So here's my file handling this storage. It's under public storage index.js. So nothing fancy. We have a simple non-SQL database hosted on PouchDB. So you can see here, and I've got a small manager here that is handling all stuff like small queries and creating nodes. And this is the part where we initialize it, this getDB path. And what we're doing is basically, if it's development environment, we use the dev path. Otherwise, we have a production one. This is so when I develop, I don't mess up my my proper nodes. And yeah, all you do is basically pass in the path. But what I know you can do is you can pass in a URL for a hosted service of some sort. And this is the challenge for tonight. Let's try to see if we can host it and if we can sync it. And if we can do that, we can probably also make sure that we can, protect it with some sort of user authentication. Yep. Alrighty, so this is the PouchDB where they have this my site/db skip setup true. You know what's hard? Security. That's right. CouchDB is more than a database. It's also a RESTful web service with a built-in authentication framework, and it boasts some top-notch security features. Salts and hashes powered passwords automatically with whatever that is. Stores a cookie in the browser. Anything else? Refresh the cookies every 10 minutes. I don't necessarily like the what happened there? That's not what I want. Yeah, I don't necessarily like this refresh the cookie storage in the cookie thingy, but let's see. And best of all, CouchDB does it with good old-fashioned HTTP. Just open up the network tab and watch the JSON fly back and forth. To get started, just install CouchDB, throw in a little SSL, and I've got everything you need for your site's authentication. This plugin uses vanilla CouchDB. The goal is to give you a lightweight authentication API that doesn't require anything fancy, no additional server daemons, no third-party providers, just straight up Pouch and Couch. So this is more of a reference implementation than all-in-one solution. If there's a feature missing that you need, you'll probably need to write a custom server. See CouchDB authentication recipes section for details. Okay. Number one, what's the difference between Couch and PouchDB? I know PouchDB is based on CouchDB, but how exactly is it? And second of all, this is not enough. Oh yeah, it is an official package. And it is part of the PouchDB community. All right, let's try to figure this one out. Sorry, I'm gonna open up on my second screen the analytics view, Google Analytics. Just curious of how many people will actually check out the nottr landing page. Let's see. No one so far. Oh, good. We stay hopeful. All right, so let's figure this out. Okay, using PouchDB authentication. Let's start with the setup and the API. One thing actually I didn't try to check is the sound, so I'll quickly do that. Sounds good. We're in good shape. All right. Moving on. Setup. Let's open this one up and see. Requirements: CouchDB version 1.3 and then PouchDB. I do not have CouchDB. Bower install PouchDB. Bower install PouchDB authentication. Browserify. Okay. PouchDB plugin require blah blah blah. We'll just grab the latest PouchDB authentication from the latest. Okay, so that's how we go. So install CouchDB. Oh, now I see. CouchDB is basically the backend of it. Next, set up course so that PouchDB can access your CouchDB from any URL. For convenience, we'll use add course to CouchDB. Create a PouchDB attached to an HTTP backend. This is the one you'll use for PouchDB authentication stuff. Shared across the entire CouchDB instance, not just my DB. Also, the skip setup is to prevent PouchDB from doing any HTTP request to the server while you're not logged in, which would cause a model authentication pop-up. Of course, you'll probably want to sync the database with a local one. Local sync db live true retry true on error console blah blah blah. But the PouchDB will operate on your remote PouchDB object, not your local one. Okay. What the hell is? Okay, let's go back. CouchDB authentication recipe and the API. Let's read through these. So let's read through the API. CouchDB authentication recipe. So you just installed CouchDB, but you're not sure how to set up the right user permissions? Look no further. First step, disable the admin party. When you first install CouchDB, it will install the admin party mode, which means everyone is an admin. You'll want to disable this and create at least one admin user so that random people can't mess with your CouchDB settings. Okay, below is a list of recipes for common authentication. Everybody can read and write everything. Everybody can read only some, can write. Some people can read some docs. Some people can write those same docs. Everybody has to be logged in to do anything. Examples, public wiki. Oh, you get a... Okay, what the heck? Let's try and install it. Yeah, wow. I'm actually having 3 viewers, and one of them is me. This is exciting. This is the first time I actually stream within a category, so thanks for coming by, guys. As a disclaimer, for those of you who haven't been from the very beginning, I'm working on my own nottr app. I'm trying to figure out how to do syncing with the database. This is my first project in Electron using PouchDB and CouchDB. I don't know exactly what they do. Well, I didn't know what they exactly did. Now I kind of have an understanding. So today's stream is going to be a good chunk of like Googling and looking through authentication, through like documentation and stuff. Yeah, feel free to say hi in the chat. I would really appreciate that. Cool. So we can go ahead and start and try to like install CouchDB, because that's the thing that I was missing. Basically, CouchDB is the backend for the PouchDB, and then PouchDB, I assume, has the ability to like manage its own CouchDB instance locally, which is run on LevelsDB from what I know. So if we look here, sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out. So if you look at my package JSON dependencies, right? What we have here is PouchDB, and then somewhere here there was LevelsDB. Oh no, it's because LevelsDB comes by default. It comes by default with Electron, so that's why I am getting confused. PouchDB, we check their documentation, And in the getting started, setting up PouchDB. That's why I did. And then I'm working with the databases, and here somewhere I've learned about LevelDB. When you create a local PouchDB database, it uses whatever underlying data store is available, indexed database in most browsers, WebSQL in older browser, and LevelDB on Node.js in Node.js, and we're running in Node.js, and that's why we're using it. So when you create a remote PouchDB database, it communicates directly with the remote database, CouchDB, Cloud, and Couchbase, etc. The goal of PouchDB is to allow you to seamlessly communicate with one or the other. You should not notice any difference between the two, except that, of course, the local one is much faster. Okay. Question though, can I still use it with the local one? I guess we'll have to try. So then we need to set up the CouchDB. CouchDB, PouchDB's older sibling. One of the main benefits of learning PouchDB is that it's exactly the same as CouchDB. In fact, it is shameless plagiarism. All the API messes, for instance, CouchDB would blah blah blah. If you are on a Debian flavor of Linux, you can install CouchDB with this. CouchDB alternative is PouchDB server. If you have trouble installing CouchDB, you can also install the PouchDB server, which is a drop-in replacement for CouchDB and uses PouchDB under the hood. Verify your installation. Okay, let's go ahead and follow the recipe here. Okie dokie. Okay. Where do we go? Install. Dang it. Well, that doesn't work. Let's refer back to this. Set up, get install, CouchDB, yeah. What was the, oh. Okay, let's try to do, oh, but then I have to install it like this. Let's try and Google it. No package, no candidate for PouchDB, CouchDB. Pouch and Couch, they're very similar in there. Yeah, that's where we are. Can you make sure you have, I'm pretty sure I have it. Yep. Mm-hmm. So is there a solution to this? Okay, let's go for Docker. Docker CouchDB. go for latest. Okay. It's odd though, but all right, we can run with this. Let's see. So this should expose us a where is the ports? Localhost. Yeah, it should be the default one. It should be the default one. Okay, that's not relevant. Docker ps. And yep, we've got something. Ports 4369. Quite a few ports, to be honest. Let's try that. Okay, 4369. God damn it. So the thing is, I never used an image just like this. Using a persistent CouchDB configuration file. How do I just simply use it? Like, I'm trying to just purely do. Okay. Now I see. Okay. Docker stop. Ubuntu. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let's run this one with the. Yeah. Okay. So this means now we're exposed to the outside world. Localhost. Hooray. Okay. What I saw on the other thing was totally different though. But just for pluggable. Welcome. Does this mean it's done? Okay, I was expecting an admin panel as they showed somewhere here. Yeah. So utils all DB. Okay, now I see. And it's on a different port. I assume the port doesn't matter. You should see something. Okay, next you can open /utils. Okay, there we go. Nice. Configure cluster, configure single node. Holy moly, this is actually going to be easier than I thought, because this is... So my initial thought was like, okay, what I'll be doing is taking whatever PouchDB needs for its backend, and I was actually thinking about just a plain file, the database file, the binary files, and then just basically expose it through HTTP with auth tokens via something like Django or Flask or anything like that. But it seems that here I can actually do whatever I want. So create admins. Before a server admin is configured, all clients have admin privileges. This is fine when HTTP access is restricted to trusted users. If end users will be accessing the CouchDB, you must create an admin account to prevent accidental or malicious data loss. Okay, so admin, secure. Let's log in. Admin. And we're in. Okay. This wizard should be run directly on the node rather than through a load balancer. You can configure a single node or a multi-node CouchDB. We want a single one. Specify your admin credentials. Admin. Bind address to the node we listen on. Okay, I'm assuming this shouldn't be changed. Apache CouchDB is configured for production usage as an unknown state node. Do you want to replicate data? What does data replication mean? Okay. Verify installation. Replication. Trying to replicate something. Could not resolve. This any is weird, but okay. Replicator. Global changes, users. Okay, no fucking clue what I'm doing, so let's get back to the setup wizard thingy dingy. Oh, how to run Electron Node.js for debugging? Is there like a debugging the main process application? So you guys know that like in Django there's shell plus the shell plus for Node.js. Is there a thing like that? Schlex split equivalent for import Schlex. Not quite what I want. So basically I want to see if I can like multi-line editor for Node. Let me see. List. Oop, not what I wanted to do. List. Okay. Oh, that's one. Wrong command. nottr. There we go. List minus all. How do I access node? Can I do something as simple as this? Basically, I want to try to connect to it via the node without having to run any code or touching my code base. Storage.js. No, it's storage/index.js. There we go. So PouchDB. This should work. Okay. And then what we can do is, where do we initiate it? PouchDB. And here we would specify HTTP localhost. Oh, and it needs to be a string. Who remembers the port? I don't remember the port. 5984. 5984. And I think you need to use MyDB. Okay, test DB. Assuming this will create a new database. So if we go here, no database. Okay. Huh. It does say it's here. Oop. Database not found. So probably I need to create it first. Create a new database, test DB. Yep. So now let's reconnect. How do I know if it worked or not? Yeah, now it will open this thing because I've created it. Let's try and insert something. What's the show me a setting up working with the databases, blah blah blah. I can do that. Actually, let's do this. Var db equals db, so we can copy easier. Debugging. Okay, how do I working with documents? This is what I want. Okay, document and db put. Oh, not that. There we go. All right, so let's see if we can put promise pending. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I understand that. Now I can probably go in here. Nope, wrong one. Where was it? Hey, check this out. Okay, now I think we covered base number one. So objective number one was actually to have this thing. I had to close nottr because it was my dev instance, and now I can use my production instance that we know it has an issue for quitting. It's like made so that you never quit your note-taking app. We just want to browse. Let's see. So figure out the syncing plus hosting of nottr nodes. I think this basically... Okay, we didn't figure out syncing. But hosting is done. Done. Cool. Let's tag this as to do. Cool. So this is halfway through. So this is 50% out of 100. Let's make it bold. Okay. Ooh, actually on the screen, on the stream, I see that it's actually it's readable. On full screen, it's readable. I am very fond of like small, little, tiny fonts. Oop. So now you guys see what I see. Yep, that was meant to be on the other screen. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Sorry. Just have to do some private family chatting. All right, back to work. So cool. Achievement completed. Well, half achievement completed. Now we need to. Yeah, this is the bug I was talking about. Quit. Nope. Quit. Nope. Okay. You don't want to quit? I'll show you what quit means. Where is it? So ps aux nottr. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill the process. It's sad. I should fix it. We'll fix it. So not this. Where is the one that I care about? I think it should be. So this is. It's probably this one. Yeah, tty2. I assume it's that one. Copy. Kill -9. There we go. So now it's out. Now we can start back our development process. Not that I need it actually for now, but npx. All right. So cool. So this is where we have our DB. This one is actually a. This is, first of all, it's using levels down and not CouchDB. This one, we can run the same thing. So db, db.info, r, info. Haven't written JavaScript in a while. Then r console log suppose something. There we go. So this one, purge sequence, update sequence, size. Where's the host? Adapter HTTP. Adapter levels DB. So how the hell do I... So basically I have some users. I don't know how many, but I have some users who are using nottr to actually take notes. Now they're all using it in an offline mode, which is obvious, which means that I want to create a feature for them to be able to access it. So two things I want to do. One is figure out how I can move their notes, aka syncing. And that one I'll probably do as a, I could do it like I'm basically migrating and then deleting the database locally, and then letting the nodes take and the nodes work. But I'm not sure this is what I want to do. So yeah, I'm confused. I am very confused. Let me think. Doc count. So first of all, we'll be getting, this one should be the username. Well, actually it should be the user ID. Email or something. No, I don't want to do any changes. Okay, let's see if I can. JSON? Nope. Can I somehow import into this? TestDB users. Create a new database. Not sure what this replicate is doing, and I don't really care. I was wondering if I can. Okay. When you don't know what to do, Google is your friend. Migrate pouch from levels DB to CouchDB. CouchDB word design, blah blah blah. So local HTML JavaScript database. Remote database. Setting up sync. As you already know, you can create either local or remote. Oh, this is exactly what I need. This pattern comes in handy when you want to share data between the two. Simplest case is unidirectional replication, meaning you just want one database to mirror its changes to a second one. Writes to the second database, however, will not propagate back to the master database. To perform unidirectional replication, you simply do local DB, replicate to remote DB on complete. Yay, we're done. Okay, no, I want to do both ways, because the way I see it is a user will have multiple local databases, because this app can be installed on multiple devices, including mobile phones, right? Live replication. Live replications or continuous replication is a separate mode where changes are propagated between the two databases as the changes occur. In other words, normal replication happens once, whereas live replication happens in real time. This sounds more like what I want. So remote DB live. This is the idea. This is ideal for scenarios where the user may be fitting in and out of connectivity such as mobile devices. Canceling replication, deleting a replicated database, fancy replication. Okay, let's try this. So logs, updata directory, home cc, nottr. Oh, killed the Electron, but not a biggie. Okay, so then I can just do this. So local db is pouch Now we want to do local db.sync db on complete. What do we do? On complete function. Okay, so on complete. Does this work? Yeah, it works. Oof. Well, I assume this worked. Cancelled false. State pending. Probably it finished. I don't know how to run the sync stuff in the... This means... Oh, 59. I think it's in. It actually got in. What? We figured syncing. Amazing. This is... Okay, this is way easier than I thought. Way easier than I thought. What? Man. This is cool. All right. Okay. Keep your excitement down. This is interesting. Okay, guys. Now I'm excited. I need a short break and be right back. So I'm going to set up a small screen here. In the meantime, I actually like how this is going, the stream thingy. The only thing I'm recording this as well for my own sort of feedback or review. Yeah, but probably I'll post on Reddit, maybe on Watch People Code to figure out whether, like, if I can get some more engagement. It's quite neat the way it's going. Like, I've had a few viewers, which is quite interesting. Yeah. Anyway, let me take a short break and see you in a bit. All right, guys, back. So, yeah, major achievement in the sense of we've got syncing. Now, obviously, this test.db should be actually some sort of a user-related thing. Also, what I am confused of is whether I can access the database directly. Okay, so this is protected, but this means if I deploy it, it's basically exposed to the internet. Exposing your database to the internet might not be the best idea. So maybe I will still maintain the idea of having some sort of Django thing. But let's see. Also, I want to see what's underneath here. Okay. So we'll have to think about how to protect it from the internet. Maybe some sort of like running this only locally and then have a Django middleware for this database port. Not yet convinced on what's the best way to do it, but we'll have to think about it. Okay, anyway, what we can do now is figure out how authentication is done. So let's go here. So this is the PouchDB authentication. Sign up, log in, log out, get session, get user, put user, delete user, change password, change username. Okay. If error name equals conflict, Batman already exists, choose another username. Forbidden. User Batman. How do I create a database though for the user? So one thing I do not know is email birthday likes. Yeah, I don't necessarily like this. Like you're basically exposing your API for brute forcing. Wait, what? Can I do this? Oh man, if I can do this, that's not cool. Oop, not here. What? Oh yeah, because I need to... Like PouchDB, every function contains a node style callback, error response, or you can use promises. Okay, I think before we get into the API, we need to look back at here. Welcome to admin party. I think I fixed this. Okay. Failed to load list of nodes. You're not a server admin. But I was. What? Okay, so I need to log in again. Okay, so there is an expiration. Change password, create server admin. So there's a table users, design auth. This is a bit odd. This is like code. Aha. So this is an attempt to fix this. Yet the problem is, since this is run locally, I don't think I have a course. All domains restricted to specific domains. Yeah, if I restrict it to localhost, kind of defeats the purpose. So we'll have to figure this, how to make this thing secure in another way. Yeah, let's go here and figure out skip setup true. What was this skip setup? Is to prevent PouchDB from doing any HTTP request to the server while we're not logged in, which would cause a model authentication pop-up. Okay, got it. Let's install this one. So let's go ahead and I probably will need to actually exit. Okay. Dun-dun-dun. Waiting. Fetching the metadata. That's taking a while. Okay, I think I'm getting it, but add course to CouchDB. I think we have it here, so probably we don't need it. Okay. Let's see how this actually looks. I'm really curious. Okay, PouchDB authentication installed. Cool. Node. We need to do more nifty things. Where's that thing? Yep, these two. Cool. And then db equals why okay, and now we can use the API thing. API to sign up. Yeah, we'll basically not be using any of these. I wonder if I can do it in the browse. Nope. Don't think I'm exposing that. So ideally we have a user now. Yay! Check this out. Roles, types, password schemes. Okay. How do I restrict the database to a user? Oh, it's on the... Wait a minute. Okay. db dot does this mean I can still like search through the database now? Get what's the let me see. Storage. create node, get nodes. Ooh, that's long. All right. DB all docs include blah blah blah. Oosh. Let's do this. I think it actually works. Okay, dot catch error. Reference console is not defined. Okay, that's my error. Okay, which means that probably I did get through. Yeah, console. Yeah, there we go. You can see my enthusiasm of getting my first node. Sorry. Okay. Okay, shouldn't have done that, but okay, since we're on it now. Okay, so we need to somehow protect databases now. Note that CouchDB does not enforce a password policy or a username policy unless you add a security doc to the user's database. Security doc. Where do I add that security doc? Well, that's not helpful. Let's check the setup again. Maybe I'm missing something. Setup. CouchDB, tralala. Enable course. In a production environment, don't forget the SSL. Oh, this is the page now found that I tried to. Nope. Skip setup. The PouchDB API will operate on your remote PouchDB object, not your local one. So let me get this straight. This one should be a user database, right? Set permissions. Ooh. Specify user who will have admin access to this database. Database members can access the database. If no members are defined, database is public. There we go. Okay, so this would be Batman. Can I add in non-existing? Okay. So does this mean this time you'll not return me my stuff? Unauthorized. Cool. So we have something. db.login. Ah, nice. Actually, how is the password stored? Auth Batman, username, password, scheme pk, pbk, whatever. Derived key, salt. Nice. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So this means, I don't remember. I can use the Batman, the example here. So login, Superman, Clark Kent, Robin, blah blah blah. What did we use? Batman, blah blah blah. And in this one is just a login. So db.login. Man, this is fun. db.login. We've passed these. db login is not a function. What do you mean? What am I missing? Okay. Did I not import the require PouchDB? And oh yeah, I didn't add the plugin. Add the plugin. DB is this. Try to retrieve it. Unauthorized. Try to log in. Most likely logged in. Maybe not. Okay, what happened? What was that? Batman and sign up Batman, blah blah blah. God damn it, you can't do if statements and, okay, we'll return both. Actually we'll console log both. Oh no, the issue is here. That's the issue. This should work now. You are not authorized to access this database. So it's not by the username? Oh, that's the ID. It's not the name. Nope. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? What could I be missing? Okay. Let's hear here. Permissions. Is this currently possible? PouchDB Authentication does not modify the security object of the database. That plugin does, however. I don't get it. Like, okay, yet. Okay, mate. This is not very helpful. The recipes. Disable admin party. Some people can read, write everything. No. Everybody can read. Only some can write. No. Some people can read some docs. Some people can write those same docs. This is exactly what we need. Okay. A private file locker. How to? The standard practice for this is to set up one database per user. Don't be scared, databases are cheap, and Cloudant says 100k databases per account is not uncommon. Alternatively, if you have users who belong to multiple groups and each group has a set of documents, then you should use a database, one database per role setup, which CouchDB's role system. Then you just need to set the database to be read/write only for people with the correct username or correct role using the DB security API. Screenshots above for manual setup. Okay. Screenshots? Did you say screenshots? Show me the screenshots. Roles, employee names. Under security. So not permissions. Oh. Okay, let's check it out. Do I have security? No. Security. I do not see security. And it's searching. That's taking a while. Okay, back. All of these are related to blah, blah, blah. Verify. I don't know why replication is failing, even though we did manage to do a replication. So, official documentation online, offline. Yeah. Not resolve any. I think this any part is the reason it's dropping. Replicate data, global changes, replicate our users. Set permissions. Maybe these guys are admins on this database. Maybe that's why. No, but I have a promise pending. Okay, let me try to rewrite this login thing. With a then. Because I don't know JavaScript and I'm very r console.log r catch error console log error. Haha. So for some reason it doesn't like these callbacks in whatever thing. Oh, still unauthorized. So why is it not persisting? Because JSON uses double quotes. The force. Okay. Now we have permissions. Oh, not for the users one. The test database permissions. Yeah, this is not right. User. Okay, let's try now again. Why? Why is it? Let's check. Let's check GitHub. Maybe I'm making something. Maybe I'm doing something stupid and I do not see it. Oh, I don't have Vimium here. For one. Wait, what? PouchDB 7? Which one am I using? Derp. Is it true? The benefit of PouchDB application is to be able to log in, log out, but also sign up, create and manage users. In any case, this is a layer above PouchDB. You can do all what PouchDB authentication does with some HTTP calls. I was trying to get started with using the recipe, but I got 401 errors no matter what I tried. I then saw this issue. It does not work anymore. And realized that none of the fixes being discussed used PouchDB at all. What the fuck? Is it possible your documentation needs to be reviewed? Yes, the documentation needs changes. In this example, you use the basic authentication user header and Ajax open is now handled by PouchDB Authentication C204. But also, I had no time to explore why current version works directly with Pouch. But I started a PR to make it work with a new fetch API. I'm sorry that I'm late, but I had no help. The PR seems to work works in Node.js. However, some of the test targets failed because I failed to correctly implement. I wish I could help, but I'm trying to learn CouchPouch for an already PouchDB 7 only supports HTTP basic auth. PouchDB implements cookies-based auth. So no, this library is not obsolete. CouchDB doc says the cookie auth is more efficient than the basic auth, but my hunch is that the difference would only be noticeable at scale. Yet my question is, where do I stand with all of this? It was expected as the Ajax mechanism has changed. I guess you went to upgrade a little too quickly. I have a work in progress here, which got merged. Work in progress, do not merge. Okay. Is there any progress on this? It breaks my app. Also waiting for an update. So I guess this guy kind of abandoned it. Run test client server catch. Okay. Now this hurts. So basically we don't need this PouchDB. Oh man. God damn it. Okay, it doesn't matter because the syncing and the other part is not related to this. So that's not a big setback. We didn't write code, which is smart. We did some prototyping and testing. So we're learning, and basically it means that we can use PouchDB documentation, as we should have, to figure out the authentication. API user auth, that username plus author. You can specify HTTP auth parameter either by using a database with a name in the form of or via auth as password options. Skip setup. Initially, PouchDB checks if the database exists and tries to create it. If it does not yet exist, set this to true to skip the setup. Notes. In index database, PouchDB will use pouch to prefix the internal database name. Do not manually create databases with the same prefix. So what you, sir, are telling me is that I should basically... Oh, man. And I read about this. I read it on a Stack Overflow thing, and I was like, ha, I'm smarter than this guy, because I'm not going to use this basic auth and expose the username and password in the URL. And yet I have to. Well, at least I want to try it. Node. DB equals... I wish it had some sort of a smarter... Okay. And then here... we do paste. Let me see, how does he do it? Boom, 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 boom. Auth post. Pass. Well, that's a bit sad. But you remember that I was like, meh, cookies? So, PouchDB is not defined. Yeah, sure. Require. That should be enough. Okay, give me all the docs. Kaboom. And if I'm not logged in, and I try to get all of them, I'm unauthorized. Okay, we have login. Not exactly the way I want it to be, honestly. So basically what I want to do, what I will probably want to do is, okay, draw online. All right. So remember how I complained about the fact that like this exposes the database to brute force? Well, this is it. I do not want, and this actually this would be cool. I think this would be an interesting thing. So let's draw this up. Oof, that's ugly. Do you have a pencil? Yeah, okay. So what do we have? We have the local. Ooh, I'm terrible at this. Yep, this is local. That's a funny fun local. And then the local will have its own DB. Ooh. Can I not select? I need to select the tool. Okay, so we have local nottr app that can be mobile, whatever. So let's say this is PC1, and now we'll copy and paste and say that this is PC2, right? I don't like this one. Yeah, there we go. PC1, PC2. Cool. So both of these have a database. Ooh, I'm terrible at drawing these DBs. Maybe I should just draw it as a... So with a touchpad, I'm probably a little bit better. Also, I should have copied before. So this is DB. Yep. Is there a shortcut for this? No. I knew it. All right. D3. DB. Okay, I'm overdoing it. So we have two local databases that need to be synced. Then what we will have is our couch. Why do I write B first? DB server. Okay, let's box this up. So what I want to do is, so what I was worried about is that basically this is exposed, if this is exposed to the internet, let's say here we have the cloud, right? That looks like a cloud. And we have them talking like this. We're basically exposing, where do we get it? Text here. We basically will have like HTTP, maybe S, well, obviously S, not at the beginning /maybe. Well, I'll think about it, I'll see. I should probably just install Let's Encrypt and have it working. So what we will have is like HTTPS /username, secret, at public ip.com, right? Or whatever. So we don't want to have that on port 5 or whatever. So we don't want that because this means that there can be a naughty guy. Let's draw him like this, like a ninja guy, who's gonna have an idea and is gonna start attacking this thing with like random usernames until he probably hits it, because somebody will eventually just use a what do you call it, like a stupid password. Like my username would be Pol and my password will be password, and that's a security breach. So what we'll do instead is we're gonna have a Django box. Probably Flask will also do, but some sort of a backend server, right? This one will be the backend server. And what do we want? I need the selection tool again. Not this. Can I make it smaller? Oop. So this cool backend server will be registering users and using, so we delete all of these. We delete this guy. We don't need this, right? So this backend will be talking to the database via this, not public. Oh, can I make it in red? Can I mark it in red? Normal. Oh, can I not? Oh, there you go. Red. So it's not going to be public anymore. Are you kidding me? Didn't I say red? What the? How is it? How is it not working? Okay, anyway, it's not going to be public. It's going to be a local host, just basically like we have it here. So it will be localhost instead. Where did it go? You must be kidding me. This is not the best tool. Localhost instead. Right? So instead of that, we'll be having a localhost. And then the username and secret we will be generating. The username and secret we will be generating here. Generated key pairs, or like whatever keys, user plus key, to do the authentication, do the auth. To do the auth to the server, to the CouchDB, and do the syncing and all that. And then basically, once you are logged in, so then here we have secure authentication, secure auth. Oop. Yep. That will allow us to secure auth to log in the user from multiple places, and then access this backend, go to the generated key, go to the database, retrieve data, send it back through the secure auth back to the user. This or this. All right. Cool. Yeah, this is what we should do, but which is good. And I think that's the proper way of doing it, which means that we need to basically take all the knowledge that we had today. Number one, install we've learned what CouchDB is. Number two, we can do authentication and we can do syncing. And thirdly, we can finally understand how we should set up our architecture to basically do this authentication. This backend server will probably be on Flask rather than Django, because I don't need anything crazy big. And yeah, that's it. So I think I'm gonna close in today. Thanks for watching, guys. Tomorrow, or the day, no, actually not tomorrow, probably somewhere closer to the end of the week or maybe next week, I'll get back and I'll try to continue working on this thing. Quite a few learnings. Sadly didn't get to finish all of my stuff. Well, actually we did. We did get one milestone right. So this one is 100 out of 100. So we figured out how the syncing works. We figured out this hosting, and and we actually got the authentication. So we have the syncing, we have hosting, we have a concept for authentication. Make sure we protect user nodes with some sort of authentication. So this is going to be 100 out of 100 as well. Even though we didn't write any code, we just played around with the APIs trying to figure out what's what. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you around. I'm such a noob. This is the first time I do this, so I'm trying to find the OBS to stop the streaming. Yep. Cheers, guys.